Welcome to the Second Wind Sports Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside,
It's your boy Caesar Fantastic.
today we're going to go back and to discuss the fight that happened this past weekend. And I'm talking about the event where Terence Crawford made the comeback. And it's a lot of criticism on the decision that took place and the performance that he had this weekend. Shout out to Turk for putting together.
Turkey, bro.
Yes, he put together a card that was. I mean, you could have picked any of those fights. They could have been main event fights. But he gave us all extra. Gave us beyond.
Turkey the man. Turkey the man,
And,
bro.
Freaking before we get into the topic,
Turkey for president, bro.
Dude, I wanted to discuss him, man, and how they gave the red carpet out for him. They know this man.
Hey.
Look, when you call me, you call the phone like while the fight was going on. Man, you see how hey, the dude got an unlimited bag, man.
Everybody want a piece.
Signing the promoters.
He's signing in Hall of Fame. My man signing the Hall of Fame.
I'm about to get this man an award.
That man ain't did nothing in Vegas.
Right.
Vegas Boxing Hall of Fame said, hey, Turkey, please,
I feel him though. Money talk, bullshit ball.
Hey, you hear me, man? That's mad. I mean, first time I ever seen somebody giving out cars and trips to Saudi, at a boxing event, bro. Like, I mean, that's just unheard of. That joint was a real live event, bro. Like and to come to America and do that, like now next time you come, everybody gonna want to be there. They like, you know what I'm saying? It was a show. It was a spectacle, bro. It was It was cool. It was real cool,
Yeah, man, it was a spectacular card like we thought, man. It was stacked. I saw people. What's crazy is a lot of people that normally watch the big fights. I seen some people that really, even though this wasn't like two mega fighters on the main event, you know what I'm saying? But this guy was as a boxing analyst, you see the skill level. We knew it was going to be a difficult fight for him.
I was worried. I said worried from the beginning. I'm like, man, people tripping, thinking this dude ain't gonna run through this dude. This dude is like that.
Exactly. And we're gonna get into that, man. I'm not gonna even jump.
Let's start early. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go through the card. Andy Cruz started it out. You know what I'm saying? Started out the main card with a 7th round stoppage of Antonio Marana, improved to 4-0. After that, Morrell for the Hot Rod Kalajdzic. He came out victorious with a decision that some people didn't agree with. Some people thought the fight was closer but Morrell came out with that decision. Kalajdzic did what Kalajdzic does and gave him a real tough fight, gave him some real competition. Morrell moved up in weight. Unfortunately, he had to move up in weight because, your boy still being a punk, not fighting nobody of word, Daily Canelo rant. But so, all them dudes, they having to move up to a weight that they not really supposed to be at right now. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to still be testing his metal at 68, but he moved up, succeeded in his first contest up there. First time he went the distance since Bocinelli, the dude he really put a hurt on and unfortunately had him in a coma. But it's first time he went to the distance since that fight. And after that, that's where it got spooky, bruh. Big Baby versus Bacoli, man. What you think about that fight?
Big Baby, man, is one of those guys, man. I like him. I like him as upcoming, but I knew that it was going to be a time where it would happen. What took place on Saturday was inevitable. It was in the making. Like 2 fights in a row, he was getting in trouble and was getting caught with shots. His defense. Remember, we analyzed.
Yeah, it's been like that for me since Jerry Forrest.
Yeah.
Jerry Forrest was catching him with a few shots. He got him up out of there early, but I was like, you could see the flaws in the Jerry Forrest. I was like, ooh, Jerry caught him a few times. You know, he got him out of there early, but Jerry caught him. I think that's where the flaws started to show.
Yeah.
You know, and then Charles Martin exposed him a little bit more, whatever, but still won that fight. But you know, you could see the flaws. You know, as really after Jerry Forrest to me, like
right.
that was the fight.
And then his defense is out of whack. His lack of focus in the ring while he's fighting. I don't know how he do in the sparring matches or things but his lack of focus in the ring, he's so focused on what's going on out around him, and he's also, now let me say this. He's selling himself, which is cool. And I tell fighters all the time, if you're going to sell yourself, you got to put that work in and back that shit up. You're going to sell yourself as a fighter and you're going to be out there talking trash. You got to be able to, your mouth got to be as fast as your feet is when you out there working in the gym. You can't be talking shit and not working on, like, I can tell this fight that he did not prepare properly for this guy. It's like he went on, I'm going to do what I do. And that's how I'm gonna win this fight. I'm gonna beat him on how I beat everybody else. Man. This wasn't the case. This guy should have been boxed. He should have been moving, using his foot. You getting caught with shots. You staying in there. You're not doing no head movement. You just fighting sloppy, not sitting. You're a heavyweight trying to act like you're a welterweight.
It's the lack of adjustments for me. He couldn't adjust. He couldn't. Exactly. He had no answers. And you could see it. It was like you said. It was no movement, no side steps, no giving angles, no.
Right. No,
it was just trying to outpower you. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to realize, bro, you're fighting a dude who probably weigh about 300 fighting that. You know what I'm saying? That dude probably weighed 295. Like he came in as like 280 something, 280, 285, something like that.
Exactly.
So I realized that dude big. You're not gonna just outpower him, all that. So you got the agility. You gonna have to get on your toes and get to moving around and outbox him. Move, you know what I'm saying? He coming straight forward. He really ain't got no agility. You gonna have to pick him. That's how he should have adjusted in that fight. But
I just think he needed to box a little more, man. Like get on the bike. What's wrong with the bike? Ain't nothing wrong. Stop listening to these critics. These boxing people, these fans who don't understand the art of boxing, gonna have some of these dudes out here looking real silly. Crazy. If you got a guy who the first thing you learn in boxing as a young man coming up, you gonna learn one thing. If you got a guy that can punch, you box him. You use your legs. Stop listening to these damn fans that don't know shit about boxing. Talking about running. Ain't nobody running. You using your legs and using your head movement and your defense. You're doing what boxing was designed to be. Hit and not get hit. This guy standing there fighting a 300-pound man, taking shots with his hands down and literally not moving his head, staying in the inside, throwing those wide, weird, wild punches that don't even look like heavyweight. I've never seen a heavyweight throw arm punches like that. You got to sit down on your shot once you fight anything above cruiserweight. Actually, anything above 165.
168, yeah.
I'm saying 165 is an amateur. 168. Anything above 168, they cracking. The gloves go up in size and they can hurt you. So you sitting there throwing arm punches. Anderson's don't get me wrong, he's a talented young man.
All the talent in the world,
He's
bro.
a very talented young man, but that fight right there, I don't know whether to put that. I have to put that on the fighter as well as his team. Y'all should have been making adjustments. They shouldn't even win it with that game plan.
So, me personally, I think they trying to move him a little too fast. I think like they see a star. He got superstar potential. You know, he's got the potential, but they putting too much on his plate a little too fast. You could see, like we said, you could see leading up to this, he wasn't there. He's not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? He's not ready for that type of shine yet. You know, probably. I think they just moving him too fast. Like they want him to get in that title contention a little earlier than he's, you know what I'm saying, ready for. I mean, got all faith that he could get there, you know, but he gonna have to put in some work and really, yeah. But what you think? What impact you think this got on his career? You think it's something he can bounce back from?
If I listened to him, I listened to him at the end of the fight, and what I did notice was he said he was gonna go fix and correct those issues. So, you know, he said he'll be back. He still seemed confident, and he just got to go back to the drawing board and correct those mistakes. You cannot do what you used to do. You got to come in there with a different mindset. If you're not going in there and making adjustments and readjusting yourself, boxing is a sport where if you do take an L, you must go to the drawing board and learn from it. You got to go back and fix it. You need a trainer that's honest. That's what boxing is missing. Honest trainers, not people that just taking a check or chasing money. You need an honest trainer that's willing to tell you. I'd rather have, as a trainer, I'd rather deal with a fighter. I'd rather be that trainer that tells you the truth and make you don't like me, or go in the step in the ring with you with those bad habits that's gonna fall on me, as well as you, because you're not listening and not allowing me to tell you the truth. Boxing does not have any room for yes men trainers. If you are a trainer right now, or a coach, as I call it, a coach or a trainer, right? And you are a yes man, you need to get the hell out of boxing. You are a discredit, and you are hurting the sport of boxing if you are a yes man and a trainer or a coach.
And that is facts. Facts.
This sport has no room for yes men trainers. And that's what I think I saw with the Anderson camp. I might be wrong. They might have gave him a game plan. But I tell you one thing, that game plan was not executed or even presented in the fight this past weekend. It was not even presented. He came in as the same Anderson.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the improvements, man. Well, what you think about Piccoli's performance? And
he did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. He used his size, he used his weight, and he dominated with he took his tools that was already, he took his advantages and he three-sized it.
Yeah. One thing that's
he was
spooky to me.
Down on this shit.
He throw arm punches, bro. He throw. It's all up about. I'm like, man, but you look, he got little stick legs. I was like, yo, how you that big with them little stick legs? But he hit hard though. It's like, I'm like, how is he generating pop, right?
When he go against them big boys, you gonna tell them legs gonna be useless for him too.
I'm like, man, he got these little skinny legs, right? I was like, but where he getting the pop from? But he generating force with them joints or whatever. You think? So you think he could? What you think should be next for him, for Piccoli?
It's some guys out there, man. You got heavyweights. I mean, it ain't as talented to me as the old days, but it's stacked with opponents.
There's some quality fights up there.
Stacked with opponents, man. I just don't like I'm starting to be against the size difference, man.
Yeah. Facts. I've been there.
Yeah, I'm starting to be against the
Number
size.
one advocate for Bridgerweight right here, baby.
These 300 pound fighters, man, is starting to be scary to these guys that's weighing 200 something. They need to either, like you said, Bridgerweight, or they need to create a super heavyweight or something.
I think Bridgerweight should expand from 200 to 240, which could be called the heavyweight division now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So 200 to 239, basically, and 240 and up or whatever. Well, 240, yeah, 240, because that'd be the limit. No, 240 and up. 240 and up should be super heavyweight.
Okay.
I think that's sort of fair because, like, you know, we talked about before on here. You look at all the big heavyweights back in the day, George Foreman and all them. Lennox was what, 246, 245, 240, 230s. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was big heavyweights for that time. Like, you know, so you go now, you got somebody who was a heavyweight at 220, and now he got to fight a dude 300 pounds, and it's like, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? You talk about the jump from 168 to 175 is big. What you doing for this dude who 215?
Exactly.
205. Exactly. Now you got fight somebody 95 pounds. That ain't it, champ. That's like what Tank 135. That's like Tank fighting Usyk.
Exactly. It's got to be some barriers in it. Now, and I was for the heavyweights between the back in the day, the average heavyweight about what 220, 240, 260. Yeah. And then you got Bo and them, they was pretty big, and Lennox Lewis, they was the biggest too. And now you got everybody that heavyweight is 300 pounds, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's we gonna get into that discussion later, man.
Break that down, man.
We have an old show on that. But what's next?
Next fight was Andy Ruiz, right?
Okay, yeah.
Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller. What you think about that fight? What you think about the scoring on that one?
I think it was about right, man. I think it was a good fight. Andy won the early rounds. I gave him the early rounds, and Big Baby came out at the end. And I'm gonna say this. He listened to his trainers. He listened to his corner. I was impressed because he usually one of them ones that don't really listen.
A little hard-headed, man. That's the best I've seen him, though.
Man, he was hitting Andy with some mean body shots, man. He was tearing his body up, Jack.
God. Yeah, he did what he had to do. Andy slowed down about right after round 5 or something, but he said that's about the same time he hurt his hand. See, so as the fight's going, I'm like, man, Andy just gassed out. But then after the fight, when I saw his hand, I'm like, oh, his hand jacked. But
I didn't know that's a testament. I had walked upstairs after the decision.
That's a testament to him as a fighter that he didn't show no tails during the fight.
That is, though. You gotta give him.
You know what I'm saying? That's a tough dude, bro. Yeah. That did not show, like, nobody knew till after the fight when he took his gloves off and looked like he had a whole softball sitting on his knuckle, on his in the middle of his. It was in the middle, bro. It was like right here, like just knotted up, like gone.
I didn't see that. I left, went upstairs, came back as soon as the fight came on after that, the Isaac Cruz fight.
Yeah, that joint was bad, but I could still say his mouth was wide open. I know conditioning did play a factor in that joint.
And the body shots, man. They was hell of a game. That game plan was like, I kept hearing what's the name? What's my guy name? Boots' father, Boski. Yeah, he kept mentioning go to that body, both sides, and come up top. He kept saying that to him. That's what he was doing. I was like, wow, he was following suit. He waited till about the 7th round, but if he would have did it a little bit earlier, he would have had him about. He would have probably broke him down a little more. And he got that He got that. He got that determination.
He got hot, bro. He got hot. He earned some respect for me for pulling through that one, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Great fight.
What you think about a rematch? You here for a rematch?
It's necessary. It has to happen. I think that need to be on a separate card. I think Turk, you got. I mean, but he ain't into that. He in them stacking all.
But see, that could start out. That could be on another undercard. That's a fight. That's a fight. I think people are sort of they're tuning in for on the undercard. Like
you know what's crazy though? We were just complaining a year ago about the different other companies that were out here giving us main events that wasn't main event and pay-per-view fights that wasn't pay-per-view worthy. And then we get this guy, he brings a whole entire fight card of all headline
quality fights, bro.
So
all quality, closely contested fights at that. Like it wasn't showcase fights and this. This was boxing fans' dream, bro.
5-for-1 deal right there, man. All right, what's next, Steve?
Next one, co-main. Isaac Cruz versus Jose Rayo Venezuela. What you think about it? What you think? Venezuela got that upset. Think about the fight.
He done exactly what I was just talking about. He done the opposite of what Anderson did. He boxed a puncher properly.
Facts.
He boxed the puncher properly. He did not attempt to fight a fight that was unnecessary to fight. You got a guy that can punch. You use your legs. You use your head movement, your defense, counter shots. You get out of the get in, get out, get around. And that's exactly what he did. It was a beautiful boxing performance. I will say, I do get Andy. I mean, Pitbull had his hands up, but he wasn't landing enough shots to win the fight. So the decision was fair. As I reanalyzed it, the decision was fair. And now watching it again, I don't think it's rematch worthy. It's not rematch worthy. I know they didn't want him to win because they was concerned about, he's not a seller right now, but he will be now.
Yeah,
but
he could, especially
he gonna be food for Tank though.
Oh yeah. If Tank won't come up to 140,
he'll fight him at 140.
Yeah, he probably would.
He'll fight him at 140.
Rayo, I'm gonna tell you,
it ain't gonna be a
Rayo,
problem.
different dude now.
Yeah.
Rayo, he when he got robbed against Colbert, got robbed against Colbert.
Yeah.
He went to Robert Garcia.
Yeah.
Went to Robert Garcia after that fight. Robert Garcia unlocked. He unlocked something in that boy.
Unlocked some stuff. I see some difference.
And I love that. I love that. Man, I love the fact that he was with Benavidez, Jose Senior. Was with him all them years. He got him to the level he was at. Right. I love the fact that he decided to go with Robert Garcia, and Benavidez stayed on as his manager. It's no hard feelings. Okay, cool. I got you here. See if he could get you. You know what I'm saying? And it was a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying? And I love that the fact that a trainer has enough humility and humbleness to step aside and let him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if you think he could get you to that next level, go for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. That's somebody who really got your back. You know what I'm saying? Right. I wish more people would be that open or be more willing to even bring somebody in as a consultant.
Exactly.
Like just bring somebody in just to step to that next level. Like, exactly. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes, they need something like that. They need somebody to unlock something, and Rayo been unlocked. But one thing I can say about Pitbull is I think the flaws were shown somewhat by Tank.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know, it was the I got box you. You know, Tank, he lost his pop, his hand, he messed his hands up, right? Lost his pop, had to outbox him the rest of that fight. And Giovanni Cabrera got robbed, but outboxed him. You know what I'm saying? Rayo finished the job and outboxed him. It's been showing that if you can outbox him and you could really just stay away from that them hellish punches that he throwing, you could win. You could beat him. He's beatable. So yeah, I think. But Rayo, what I want next for Rayo? I think they've been talking about trying to build up Tio for him, but that'd be all right. But I don't know. Tio talking about he want to fight Bud now too.
Hey, Tio, you better stop getting fooled by this fight that just happened, man.
Tio said I want to fight him now too. Tio,
I looked at that thing he was saying he did age. Listen, I'm ready to go there to this fight just so we can get off here. I want to get down to the meats and potatoes now, even though I'm a vegan. I'm ready to get down.
Yeah, but I got one more question for that fight. You think this gonna impact Cruz like as for his future though?
No, he's still a household name, man. He's like a Mike Tyson. He's still gonna give you a few more knockouts down the road, man.
Yeah, that's what I say. He still got that fan base, still got that Mexican fan base. And that's what I wanted to say about Rayo to you when you said that he was born in Mexico. He's a born Mexican, so you know he still could carry that fan base too. As if he could, if he could lock them in.
He just didn't have the style that they like this week.
He could carry that, right? But we going to the main event.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get. I've been anxious to talk about this all weekend after it happened.
Yeah, main event: Bud Crawford versus Israil Madrimov, bro. What you think about Bud's? Let me start. What you think about Bud performance?
Listen, I commend Bud Crawford for fighting a difficult opponent, knowing how risky it was. For those that knows the sport of boxing, when it comes to these Eastern European fighters, they come into the gate. To you fans out there, especially the casual fans, if you see me standing over there 40-0, fighting somebody 8-0, 10-0, 12-0, and they been to six Olympics, 1,000 fights for every style in boxing. That's what Bud had to face this past weekend. This is why I preach to everybody all the time the importance of amateur boxing and how it develops the mindset as well as the boxing IQ of these young fighters. The Americans are running straight to the pros. Mm-hmm. The Eastern Europeans are staying amateurs. And guess what? When they do become pro, they go in their 8 fights and they fighting for a world title. Get their title. With 300 amateur fights. Yep. This guy is from, what is it? How you say Quebec? What is it?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. One of them stands over there, right?
From a stand.
He one of them stands. Kazakhstan, right? Or Uzbekistan or whatever. One of them, right?
Yeah, Uzbekistan. Yeah.
Uzbekistan. Over there, it's more southpaws than anything in. Most half of them are southpaws. It's full of southpaws over there in Eastern Europe. Full of them. So fighting Bud was not a difficult task for him to. It wasn't complicated for him to fight Bud. Put it like that. He used to fighting somebody like Bud. He used to that boxing IQ. That's what he sparred with every day. Mm-hmm. For Bud to take such a risky fight shows you who he is as a fighter.
Yeah.
It seemed like to me the man wanted to work. It seemed like to me Bud wanted to work. And for Bud to readjust, Bud may have to download, and Bud was catching him with some good uppercuts to the body coming up, and in late rounds he was getting them. And he couldn't switch up because what's the point in switching up against even though I know he knew how to fight southpaws, but Bud knew not to switch up because he was a very risky, and plus the guy's bigger. You gotta take that into consideration.
Strong as ox.
He moved up in weight, but he did what was necessary to win the fight. He won the fight clearly. He had to play chess. This was not a checkers match right here that he had to deal with this past weekend. One mistake could have caused a problem for both of them. That's how the man boxing IQ was intelligently. He had intelligent boxing IQ. You understand? Israil had intelligent boxing IQ. He was not no guy up in there that you think Bud was just gonna come in there and walk through and get him out of there. This was not, and it was not intended for the Bud Crawford crew to just walk through this guy. It was intended for him to go, let's get some work. Mm-hmm. They went and did what the old school fighters did. We're gonna get some work. But any of you 154 pounders out there think it's gonna be smooth and cool because this performance that happened to Bud this past weekend, man, he rocking all of y'all to sleep right now. All of y'all get rocked to sleep.
I think this about max for Bud though. This about the furthest I want to see him go myself.
No, I'm not interested in the weight, no more weight going up. I'm more interested in domination of 154.
Yeah, I want to see him go for undisputed 54.
But I seen the comment section. The comment section was outrageous, man. He looked bad. Man, he didn't look bad. He readjusted.
That guy is a master boxer. Like you said, this was a chess box. This was Magnus Carlsen versus Gary Kasparov, like chess masters, bro. Like this was a masterclass chess match. Coming out, you could see him head movement up and down. Exactly. Never stop moving.
Never stop moving. Just
moving target, hard to hit.
Hard to hit. Everything that we taught in boxing to do, he was doing it. Keep staying off the line, angles, stepping over. He was doing everything, and Bud was like, "Damn." You know, so I seen how he was like, "Damn, this dude." I'm looking in the mirror, damn near sometimes.
Porter talking about how he keep resetting. Like they both keep resetting because they both like, good God, this dude, this something different. Both of them saying like, oh no, this something different right here. You know what I'm saying? It was chess match, bro. And like I seen that coming in. I said the dude footwork, movement, and his explosion.
Yeah,
he got an explosive shot like as far as he could just and jump in like what, and then you know what I'm saying, and move like you could see it, and I'm like, this dude better than people thinking, Joe. I'm a little worried, like, but what you getting into? Because you could tell he's strong, naturally strong.
Yeah, naturally strong.
I think he probably should be at 160. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
One other thing I wanted to get across, because I've been anxious to get this across all weekend. Anybody else at 154 gonna have problems or going to lose to him? Yeah. Anybody at 154 other than Bud Crawford will have problems or lose to him. Any fighter that was criticizing T.O., you wouldn't stand a chance. He would beat the shit out of T.O.
T.O. better stay at 140.
The shit out of T.O. Talking about some Bud had the time, Father Time. Father Time may catch up. Master Skills was in there with Master Skills. That's all that was. And you ain't on that level. That was A+ boxing this past Saturday. You a B- fighter. Israil would have beat the shit out of T.O. Mm-hmm. Anybody else criticized as a fighter would have got the shit beat out of him by Israil. That I watched that. I said, I don't even know how to. I'm sitting there trying to see the openings. You couldn't find them.
No, neither way.
On both sides.
Yeah.
So for those that are boxing, that knows boxing, really knows different styles and saw different styles, you know that, listen, we know T.O.'s known for, we know Bud Crawford's known for downloading down the rounds. He couldn't even download because the dude re-inscripted the software every time. Like you say, reset, stop, reset. They both reset and trying to figure each other out. Yeah. That was like a fencing match, man. This past
fencing facts. Hey, so what adjustments you see Bud make during the fight?
I start noticing Bud start taking a step back, and that step back caused the guy. He'll punch, boom, boom, go to the body, and took a step back to find an opening. That was working in the later rounds.
That's what guys do.
That's what was getting him was the step back. Mm-hmm. It was a double step back. Let me take it back.
Yeah, double step. Yeah, it was bop, bop, boom.
But dude didn't download that. See, that's master boxing right there. See, little small details just like that was what Bud did that separated him. That's why I say Bud a bad motherfucker, because I'm thinking beyond. Bud is an all-time great to take a fight like that. A lot of the greats before him wouldn't even took the risk in taking a fight like that right there. So the double step back, he used to people taking the one step back. And amateurs take the one. Bud probably say, you know what? And knowing the camp, they probably already knew that the double step back was going to throw his timing off. And that's exactly what it was doing. I said, well, damn, Bud figured it out. He figured. I just didn't hate them commentators with some garbage, man. Other than
I think they was on. Sean Porter, the only one that was just like, come on, Porter. This is a better fight than what you saying it is. He had Bud winning like 10-2. I'm on, Porter. It ain't like that good. Like, no, this is a close fight. I think I had Madrimov up over and after like 8-9 rounds. I think for me, Bud had to win the last like 2.
No, I never had him up though. I just had I ain't never had him up, man. I had him. I had it close because he really. Neither one of them, but Bud was getting it at the end of the rounds a lot of times, but I never had him up. But I mean that's what you saw, man. It's cool.
I think it was a close fight. It was like every round was close. Could go either way, you know. Every round, bro.
I'm gonna say this to you, like I said earlier. For anybody out here think Bud lost a step, put your guy in there 154 and watch how Bud did not anybody else other than Israil. That guy is a master boxer. I was like, man.
I tell you,
damn.
I think Bud and Tim Zoo will be. I think that's gonna be a good one too. I think Tim ain't as agile as dude, but
shit out of Tim
Pop is something else.
Anybody that's coming forward that don't have that footwork and that head movement like that guy just did this weekend, Bud gonna break your ass down by 9th round. I'm telling you. Anybody else other than that guy was doing some shit. I say, man, I've sparred one of them guys before as a kid. Dave Jacobs brought one of them guys over from Eastern Europe. And it was, man, you talking about some hard work, man. It was like, and he hit hard. They hit hard, and they got good footwork, and they got good head movement. I learned so much when I was 15 years old at that time, too. But that guy came on. He was fighting for the Olympics, the 96 Olympics, I think he was going up on.
Okay.
But David had brought him over from over Eastern Europe. But I know how they get down, and I know how they go. So I knew what to expect from this guy when I heard Uzbekistan, who's one of them stands and all that.
Every time you hear stand, bro, you just hold up. Let me get. It's like if you fighting a Mexican, okay, I'm in for a war. I'm in for, what I'm saying, I'm in for some work. I ain't gonna get him up out of here real quick, but we gonna have to work. You hear one of them stands, okay. Whew. Let me get my down low. Let me clear some cash,
And to clear the air, Bud didn't lose a step. He did not lose a step. He fought somebody with an even step.
Oh, now I want to know. Hey, is Bo Mac locked up trainer of the year already, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because that one right there, he got challenged. He got challenged, and
he got challenged.
And he got challenged.
Through, moved up and weight.
He came
from
through.
That. Troy Isley, what Keyshawn been doing, man. To me, Bo Mac on the run.
And one thing about Bo Mac, I will say, Bo Mac's not going. He's not one of the ones that's going to fall off like that. It's just they got a special gift over there with that Bud crew, man. They got a special. It's a special energy over there. Andrew Ward and all them. They around for a reason, man. Listen, man, greatness is over there. I'm talking about greatness. I've seen plenty of trainers in my lifetime and plenty of teams in my lifetime. And that team from that Bo Mac and that side of the fence over there, them boys are nice. Mm-hmm. Now, Shakur Stevenson, with his fight is a little different situation than Bud's situation. That you know what I'm saying, between the two. I think he could have really like they say, threw more punches, but I still thought, you know what I'm saying, he put on a good performance. But Bud shit was like, man, we sitting there at the drawing board, man, and readjusting each round, downloading, because he normally downloads and he keeps that information. Mm-hmm. This fight he had to download it, reevaluate the situation.
Yeah, the download was low. Like, hold up. So I had download already. This thing running slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But yeah, for me, yeah, Bo Mac running this, Joe. Bo Mac doing this thing right now. I don't see another trainer out there that's challenging right now.
I'm gonna tell you like this. You can hear me say this first and foremost. Bud Crawford gonna retire undefeated too, and he might if he keep going there. But they slowing the pace down. He will retire undefeated.
Man, ain't nobody about 50-0. I think he said he ain't even looking. He ain't even chasing 50-0.
But I'm talking about he's gonna retire undefeated. Yeah. I don't think it's nobody in boxing right now on the planet unless he keep dabbling and talking, going into that upper weight.
Yeah, I was about to say. But what you think what effect you think this got on the Canelo fight?
Nothing. Canelo don't want it. Canelo know boxing. Canelo know what happened this past weekend. Real boxers know what happened this past. Them old goddamn Instagram gangsters, T.O. and all them, ain't nobody listening to them. They just talking shit for to get more goddamn followers on their page. They know they know with one arm Terence Crawford to beat the shit out of him. So they can shut that shit down about he lost the step and all that shit. He ain't lose no step. He fought somebody with an even step.
You heard what Turkey said. He said Canelo already got the offer on the table, and if he's smart, he'll take it.
Canelo ain't gonna buzz. He think he rich. He rich. He feel smart. Rich enough. He feel if rich enough.
Smart, he'll take it.
He feel rich.
Canelo, like, But I mean, if I was Canelo, I wouldn't either, because like I say, I wouldn't give him credit for what. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, he ain't.
That's just me though, because I'm like, okay, you still, like I said, you got dudes in your weight class, in your division, at your weight, who try and fight you, and you try and pull. I mean, even though Bud want to fight, he calling he want to fight, he calling them out for it, so right. Can't really blame him for taking it because it is a payday, whatever. But like I said, you got dudes in your weight class, and you gonna call somebody else up from. Just like you did Amir Khan and them back, and like, nah, champ, I'm not good. You can't. I'm not giving you that. Sorry.
Yeah, he don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke, man. Bud a bad dude, man. I used to, before when he was over on the ESPN side, I ain't really know much. I watched a few of them, But then when I saw his work, as he laid it down, when we started talking to Crawford and him, before that, I'm talking about when it was starting to be a rival. Then I start seeing how dominant that man is and how great of a fighter. He's got a competitive energy that's not only a few greats got that.
Yeah.
He one of those ones with that competitive energy, man. It's like a Michael Jordan. When I'm talking about, I'm not even just talking about boxing. I'm talking about like Michael Jordan, who if you playing golf, he gonna try Kobe Bryant, Deion Sanders type of energy, and Floyd Mayweather, and
he got a drive.
Sugar Ray Robinson type of energy that that Bud just possessed, man. And if y'all think Bud didn't put on a great performance this weekend, you don't know boxing.
You're gonna have to up your boxing game, bro.
I mean, sincerely, this guy, if you think 10 fights, 12 fights, whatever he had meant anything,
don't look at that with this one.
That's like looking at an iceberg from the top, right? And it go right there, but the bottom layer go all the way 3,000.
You only saying surface level.
Go all the way down 300 fights deep. Amateurs fighting every style in the world, and where he's from is nothing but southpaws. Fighting a southpaw, Bud on southpaw. That man, I see them every day. So it's a great fight. Crawford did what he needed to do to win the fight. It's a close fight. It was not a Sean Porter scorecard. I'm gonna tell
you. wasn't that, Sean? I'm sorry. You my man. You was one of my favorite fighters. But
it wasn't
I don't want you judging no cards for my peoples, bro. But what lessons can young boxers learn from this fight?
The lesson the young fighters can learn from this fight: the amateur career is very important in boxing. Bud had a lot of amateur fights himself. So he saw them Uzbekistan style. He knew what he was getting into when he signed the fight. A lot of you guys now would not be able to take a fight like that because you didn't have enough amateur experience. And a guy like Israil will beat the shit out you because of your rush to the pro game. They out here. They coming over here from Eastern Europe because they know that you guys are running straight to the pros. Fight, fight, fight. If it's a show in Detroit, you need to be there, young men, young women. If it's a fight in Texas, the tournament, go to it. Get that experience. If we let the amateur boxing program die, boxing in the professional game will fall behind it. So if you do not continue on chasing those Olympic aspirations, you can destroy the sport. Do not let them get rid of amateur boxing in the Olympics. It's needed. It's needed. It's going to always be needed. Fight, fight, fight. Fight those different styles so you can know how to readjust. That's the importance of amateur boxing. Amateur boxing is like a college education. Without it, you will not make a lot of money. And some do. Listen, some scathe the going pro and not have that many fights. We do have that. It exists. But how far do most of those guys' careers go when I mean superstardism? Become superstars. Floyd Mayweather had a hell of an amateur career. He was Olympian. Sugar Ray Leonard was an Olympian. Oscar De La Hoya was an Olympian. Muhammad Ali was an Olympian. Evander Holyfield was an Olympian. Pernell Whitaker was an Olympian. George Foreman was an Olympian. All of those guys had a hell of an amateur background. The Olympics the amateur boxing is very important. You don't have to win to go to the Olympics. I'm not saying that's a requirement, but I'm saying that's what make the great great.
Have
That's what made our
pedigree.
sport great.
Have that pedigree.
So I don't care if you jump to the pros. Long as you in a lot of fights, some guys, and I hear people say this all the time, a lot of fighters get burnt out. They do. They do. You can get burnt out. Most of these guys be sticking around 2 and 3 times trying to get that run. Them the guys mainly get burnt out to be chasing the next Olympics where they missed the last one.
Yeah, you get a nice little 4-year run. Nice little run.
A
nice cycle.
When it's your time, that's when you go pro. After the Olympics. If you miss that Olympic run, keep going. You already done what you did. Don't stick around for the next one. Then you burn yourself out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, amateur boxing is important, man. It's required for you to get that experience. When we was young, by the time we was 15, 16, we had over 100 amateur fights. I did. I had 100 amateur fights by the time I was 16 years old, 15 years old. I had over 100 amateur fights. I was fighting back in the days, we had this thing called Boxing Under the Stars. Rick Bowling put it together. We fighting under the stars. We was fighting at every recreation center in DC. I fought at the Tiger Market, Rosecroft outside inside. I fought at Langley Rec, Greenleaf Projects over there in Southwest. Uptown over there on 14th Street, the little wreck up that joint, Emerson, all that, Emory wreck. We wreck. We all way over in over there, not Linda Poland, Heartland, all that. We fought all over.
I came up Emory. That was right up the street from where I was at back then.
I remember that one year we fought. I had over 50 amateur fights. Over 40 amateur fights, I think, within from 92 to 93. All fighting. That's a whole year. 40 fights in that one year. So that tell you how we was moving. We would go to Ohio, Cincinnati, Cleveland, wherever the fights was at, man, they invite us. Philly, we go to York, Pennsylvania, everywhere, because the experience comes from that. Experience is gained from that, and that's what's missing in boxing today. Dear trainers, put them young men on these fight cards and get them out there and get that experience. Bud Crawford had enough fights to deal with somebody like that. That guy had enough experience to deal with Bud Crawford. That was a chess match. It wasn't, that guy got 10. I heard people say he got 12. Man, listen, he got 12 fights on the surface. Got 300 fights under the bottom of the iceberg.
Hidden fights. Some joints in the vault, You
might think, he had headgear, but nah. So what? Listen, it's still chess, man. It's still
it's even more so. It's even more so at that level. Yeah. You ain't really relying on more skill back down there.
Man. That's what it all boiled down to on the international level, skill set.
So, but before the main event, got treated with a performance by Eminem, bro. This was a spectacle, bro. What you feel about incorporating that into the event?
I think it's good for boxing. I thought it was like a Super Bowl event.
It felt like a Super Bowl, right?
The only thing I had a problem with was the sound quality of the performance.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't. He got to get that together. That's something comes with time.
It's new.
I still like the concept though. The concept was amazing. It's just the quality of the sound. But
they ain't perfected it like the NFL. Yeah, NFL been doing it for years. Boxing, this sort of new in boxing.
Right. But it was still nice. It shows you what's coming.
Yeah.
Shows you what's here and what's to be in boxing right now. The guy's changing the sport forever. Ain't nobody ain't gonna be able to stop that.
No.
Listen, Floyd Mayweather. Hey Floyd, I know you like to brag about your little $2 billion or $1 billion. This dude and them dudes sitting on 300 billion and trillion.
Man, chasing on. He got the. I mean, he got the whole Saudi government behind him on this.
He got this. So his money unlimited. Okay. Yeah. And guess who? And not only is the fighters trying to get to it, I see the promoters getting their chunk off.
they all chumming up.
I see Bob Earn in the crowd. I mean, backstage hide. He already took his. He probably gave him $50 million to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? I get your opponent. I mean, I get your fighter. This man intentionally had all the promoters in the building too, man. That wasn't accidental.
Yeah, Al Heyman somewhere in a box somewhere hiding out.
Paid about $50 million too. They paid the
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Al was walking right past him. Nobody knew that was Al.
and they on there doing. They on there. They like this, man. We our contracts. But whatever you pay us, you just can't reveal it. I guarantee you, there's under the table contract. I mean, contracts where you can't reveal what they made. That's cool too. It don't even matter. This dude's bank is unlimited. So shit.
They making money. He paying them. They everybody want to get on the card. You seen Devin over there smiling, looking like, hey. Yeah. One there, Shakur was over there. He told Shakur straight up, hey, do you want to fight?
He already trying to get fights done right on.
He say, Shakur, tell me right now, do you want to fight? Shakur, like, I mean, we gonna no, tell me right now. He's like, I talk to you later. We gonna get this done.
It's like he was a prayer that we've been asking for many years.
Bad. I'm talking, man. You got these dudes now. You can't hide behind your promoter.
Nah,
you Turkey gonna come to you. Hey, do you want to fight? Yeah. We gonna get some answers from this dude now, bro. I'm loving it. You had and you had Shakur and Loma in the crowd about to go at it. Shakur's whole Loma because Shakur like, man, he keep talking about Tank Loma. Loma, why you ducking me, Loma? He talking about Tank. Shakur like, Loma, but Loma over there. Loma, why you ducking me, Loma? Loma said, we could go outside and fight right now. We ain't got to get in the ring.
Real talk. Shout out to Michael Reed, man. You right, man. He said, man, the promoters that put the fight cards together, man, worthy to pay for, man.
Took a Saudi Arabia.
Man, promoter. You right.
Man,
they there. They was there, Mike. They was at the fights, man. They leased them fighters over to him, man. They got paid for that too, man. So but that man, I'm glad he did it because we tired of this on the fence shit, man. I think he seemed like the dude heard on one of our episodes or something.
Yeah, like he heard me. Yeah, I mean, I ain't Muslim, but
right.
Assalamu alaikum, my boy. But yeah, I think it's beautiful, bro. I think it's beautiful. We had the stars out. I pray that this did the numbers that I hope that, you know what I'm saying, pay-per-view wise. I hope it did. I know the gate, like every seat was sold. That giant held, like, I think the venue hold 20, like every seat sold plus whatever the floor held, they might have had another 10. So I know they did good on there. They're good on the floor, the venue at the gate. I just hope the pay-per-view numbers come back strong. Cause I mean, I imagine it will because it was a DAZN and ESPN. It was on both platforms. So pretty sure the pay-per-view going to come back real nice and nice, successful event so that he can keep this up. I want him to keep. Well, I mean, he keep this up and keep losing money. But I do want it. I do want him to, see that it could be fruitful.
That's the thing, though. I like about him is he loves boxing and he knows boxing. So when you're dealing with somebody that has an unlimited bank amount and doing it just because he doesn't want to see something that he loves die off, of course they came to make some bread. There ain't nothing free. I'm sure they came to make some money, but at the same time, they more concerned about the big picture of it. Now, Oscar, man, Oscar was real humble this weekend. He ain't really talking that shit he was talking at first. He got big old $1 million. Be quiet, man. He go cheat.
I think Floyd the only one that wasn't in there, man. Floyd gonna get down though. Floyd try to get down behind the scenes.
Yeah. because Floyd got that fight coming up himself, and I guess he didn't want to, overshadow the youngest.
Yeah. If Tank was on the car, he'd have been there.
But those that sit here, what you think about the Bud fight? Leave a comment down in the comment section. Give us y'all opinions on what you think about the fight between Bud. What's next for Bud? Who you see him fight next?
I want to see him fight next. Who we want to see him fight next? Hey, we good. We do. I know he ain't gonna rematch this dude ever. If I was him, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I was him, this one be look. I got you. I'm not no more. So yeah.
I just read a comment from one of my guy Jerry Jerry Slater, live Jerry. He said Crawford needs to lift more weight. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Don't need to get no special. He just don't need to move up no more.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I saw that on the DMV Boxing Legend, he posted that.
I think he's strong enough, as he evolves into that weight. Dude, people just got the 147. He really you know what I'm saying? He only had a couple fights at 47, and now he's 54. Like he got to evolve into the weight.
Israil could have been 147 with the same mindset and would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not the weight. It's not the weight that caused that fight to be difficult for Bud. It's the skill set that guy possessed. It's the boxing IQ.
A lot of people saying that his power wasn't as it's like, and I mean it's gonna be like that. Like that's what I was saying. He gonna have to. You're gonna reach a limit to where you're gonna just be knocking people out. Like
you can't knock out. You can't hit.
You ain't knocking everybody out either.
But you can't knock out nothing. You can't hit. This guy was constantly moving his hands, his head. Mm-hmm. Everything was moving. The body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That show you he was moving his head. He was everywhere. Yeah. He was not letting. He wasn't even letting the body even be still. He was moving everything.
Yeah, to hit him below the belt.
This how he was. Yeah. I said, God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? And Bud was like this.
Trying to mirror him, like, hold up. Then they reset. Hold up, bro. Let me try this again.
Come on, man. Where the power gonna be at if you were constantly moving like this?
You try to catch it. You try to catch a target. You just at that point you just picking shots. You trying to hit. Where you at? Where you at?
Doing everything he was taught. But man, this was a great episode, man. I couldn't wait to talk about this, man. Y'all hit the like and subscribe now. If you on if you on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe. We ain't been on for a while, but we back in business. Had to take a vacation, man. A little vacation, but we back. Also,
make sure y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section. What y'all think about the fight? What you think about what we said? What you think coming up next for any fight on this card? What you want to see?
Yes, indeed. And next time we will be going back to the phone lines because we want to get y'all opinions as well, man, on here. But shout out Jamal Harvey, man, Olympian. He came up short this past weekend. But man, listen, keep your head up, young champ. You've been to levels that we all dreamed about growing up as young fighters. You've been to places 99% of us have never been. Hold your head up, young champion. Very young, humble young man. Very focused and determined. He got the win. He got that same energy as I talked about, the will to win. So, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna come back strong. Whatever decision you make, it's on you, champ. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. We all on the Second Win Sports Media is proud of you. Continue up doing what you're doing, man. It's been many Olympians that has not come. Actually, it's not been many Olympians. It's only a few that came from this area who made it to that level. And you was one of those ones that made it to the level. I still send you congratulations to Jamal Harvey. The Second Win Sports Media. Peace.
Peace.
The Second Wind Sports Media and DMV Boxing Legend would like to introduce to you our new sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, El Paso Mexican Restaurant, located at 6151 Richmond Highway, Alexandria, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have El Paso Mexican Restaurant. Also, if you're looking to pregame every fight night, amateur or pros, come out to El Paso Restaurant. They will guarantee you a discount. All you have to do is say you that DMV Boxing Legend and the Second Wind Sports Media sent you, you will get a discount. This episode has been brought to you by Raw Vegan Plant-Based Protein Powder, the undisputed champion of plant-based protein powder. I got mine. It's time for you to get yours. Visit rawvegan.com.